everyone, my name's Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a minute, but I do make videos about knitting, yarn. I'm kind of getting into crochet a little bit, so maybe there'll be some crochet content, really anything fiber arts related. So if that is interesting to you, if you're keen to come hang out and just knit along with me as I ramble on about yarn and knitting, feel free to check out my other videos and subscribe if you like what you see. You can also check me out on Instagram, TikTok, Threads. Apparently I'm on Threads as well now, all at Jamie_creates. If this isn't the first time that you're seeing me, hi, I'm really sorry I've been gone for so long. I feel like I've literally started every single video with an apology about my absence. But I'm really, really happy to say that I think this is actually the end of my random long periods between videos, and I'm really hoping to bring YouTube back into my routine and hopefully maybe like weekly to bi-weekly. I'd like to have videos out. It really just depends. I'm not gonna obviously hold myself to some standard that isn't realistic, but yeah, I'm hoping to bring you videos as often as I can, and I'm really excited about that. So thank you for bearing with me during this period of absence. I've been totally MIA on YouTube, but I am really excited to be back. The reason why I've been away is very related to this video. It is because I have been finishing up writing my knitting pattern book, and I finished it. Very exciting. I actually submitted the manuscript over the weekend, which is huge for me. Like, I swear I've been just imagining July 15th for like the whole year ever since this book kind of came about. I've just been working towards July 15, like that's like this date in my head that I can't believe it is now in the past. And now I'm like past July 15th and I submitted it. Crazy. It's just wild, a very, very surreal experience, but I'm really proud of it and of all the patterns and everything else that's in the book. And yeah, I'm excited to kind of move on to the next kind of phase of things as I, gear up for its eventual release, which will be next year. So I did take a break because I was like, I have to prioritize getting this book in before its deadline or on the deadline, above all else. So I pretty much neglected like most other aspects of my life and even of my like business, which I don't regret because I got it in on time and I'm really happy I was able to work so hard on it and put all my energy into it. My last video, I showed you the first 9 of 18 patterns. I just showed you like the samples, basically everything that I had knitted at that point for the book. And obviously, having submitted the book, I have finished knitting all the samples for the book. So in this video, I'm going to show you the remaining patterns. So that's another 9 patterns that will be in the book. I'm super excited to share them with you. They're already on my Instagram. Like, this isn't like brand new information, but I wanted to do a video talking about them in a bit more depth. And I just didn't have the time to do it until now, but I'm really happy that I can finally do it. Some of these patterns have already gone into testing and are basically done testing, but most of them will be in the final batch of testing, which is about to start. Probably would have posted the testing call by the time this video goes up. So although the manuscript has been submitted, I am still able to make small changes, especially for things like yarn estimations and stuff. So I was given a window of time to complete the testing, which is obviously why it's still happening after I've submitted the manuscript, but I'm really excited to finally get the last 6 patterns in testing. And yeah, it's just all really exciting. Before I get into the patterns, I'm just going, oh, the light is like kind of hitting me, like it's so nice right now. It's like late afternoon. I'm getting a bit of like indirect sunlight. That might change throughout the video. It definitely will. Apologies in advance. Hopefully that's not too distracting. Before I get into the patterns, just a little bit of an update. So obviously I've been working on the book. The book has been finished. The next kind of like phase and like what I plan on doing is obviously there's still book things I need to be doing. I have a photo shoot for the book in a few weeks' time, which I am so excited about. Like, I wish I could talk about it more, but I really want to keep it a big surprise, so that is probably not going to be revealed for a while. You probably won't see any photos from it or any behind the scenes for a while, but I'm gonna try and get as much content as I can. I'll talk a little bit about what I have planned without going into detail, but basically I have an amazing photographer on board who I just am so lucky to have, and we are going to an Airbnb. I won't say anything about it, but it's amazing, and we have a couple of days there, and my mum's coming with. She'll be like our little assistant, so hopefully I'm gonna just get her to just get as much content behind the scenes as possible, because I'm gonna be modeling 18 pieces, so it's gonna be a very, very busy couple of days to get all the shots that we need. So she's going to be on content duty, because I don't think I'm really going to have much time for that, considering I'm going to be in almost all the photos. But I'm really, really excited, because the place we found is beyond perfect, and I just am so excited to finally shoot these pieces that I've just been kind of keeping in a cupboard for so long. I am actually wearing one of them. I didn't mention that before. I'm wearing the attention deficit jumper, which I would have shown in the last video. I really don't actually wear any of the pieces, because I'm waiting until after the photo shoot, because I want them to be in like perfect condition for the photo shoot, but I just couldn't resist wearing one for this video. Hopefully me just sitting here, nothing's gonna happen to it. I'm like more just nervous about like if I'm eating or like I just don't want anything to get ruined, so I'm being like extra careful, but I'm just sitting here, so nothing can really happen. But yeah, this is the attention deficit jumper. It's one of my favorites from the book, so I thought I'd just wear it for this video. I don't remember what I was saying, but yeah, basically I'm going to be just like preparing for the photo shoot over the next few weeks. I'm going to have to put together a lot of outfits, might have to do some shopping as well. I plan on going to quite a lot of op shops and trying to like put together some fun outfits. But yeah, I'm really excited, just kind of like gearing up for that. Obviously I have the testing that's still going on, and there's a couple of other things for the book that I have a bit more time to do that I will be doing over the next month or so. And then in September, I'm actually going to Europe for 3 weeks, which is super random, and it was really impulsive, but I'm really excited about it. I'm going with my mum. We're going to Scandinavia mostly. So we're going to Sweden, Denmark, and then we're also just chucking Prague on at the end, because my mum really wanted to go there. I've actually been on a school trip like a long time ago, so I'm really keen to go back because it was lovely there, and I went in winter, so I feel like going in September will be a different experience. We just thought while we're there, she's never been to Prague, so we're going to Prague as well. But yeah, mostly Sweden and Denmark, which I'm just so excited. And the yarn store haul is going to be intense. I don't know if any of you were like subscribed when I first started this YouTube channel. Was after I went on my big Europe trip last year, where I was there for like 2 months, and I did go to Copenhagen, but I didn't get to go to anywhere else in Scandinavia, and I was just obsessed with Copenhagen, so I am going back there. But I'm going to a bunch of other cities as well, in Sweden and Denmark, and oh, I'm just so excited. So yeah, prepare for some good content hopefully around that. But yeah, that's kind of like my next couple of months, and then I guess we'll just see what happens after I get back from my trip in October. Yeah, I can't think of anything else, and you're probably annoyed about me rambling, so let's just get into the patterns. I'm just gonna pick them up. I'm going into completely random order, just based on which one I see on my floor first. So I also thought I would just mention, I just have this hanging. It's got nothing to do with the video. This is my outline tank by Jessie May. It's just there. I hung it up there to take a photo of it once, and then I just thought it looked nice, so it just hangs there because I'm not going to wear it until summer. So that's just my backdrop right now, because that's just what's there, and I didn't feel like changing it. But yeah, that has no relevance to the video, so just enjoy it, I guess. But yes, first up we have what I've called the heartstrings vest. Oh, let's get the light to hit it. Oh, it's so good. We love natural lighting. So this is a super quick, chunky piece. It is a cable knit, obviously, and the yarn that I used for this was from Cardigan. It's their chunky merino, and I think this is the shade Flossy Pink, I'm almost certain. And yeah, this was a super quick one. I actually think this took me a day, like no joke, because the back is just reverse stockinette. It's cropped, it's quite fitted. It's not like negative ease, but it's very little positive ease, so it's pretty fitted, and super chunky, obviously. If you don't know already, the book is centered around quick knit projects. The quickness varies from project to project. Some of them might take a couple of weeks, some might take you a day. It really just depends, but they're all vests, jumpers, cardigans, no like scarves or beanies. So they're like quick knit garments, which I feel like is not as common. So this is definitely one that will take you, yeah, a day or two if you're knitting one of the smaller sizes, and it'll probably only take a couple of days if you're knitting one of the larger sizes. But yeah, I was just like in a bit of a knitting mojo that day, and I finished it all in one day. So that was fun for me. But yeah, it's super cute. I don't have a lot to say about it. I love the Celtic heart cable in the center, and this little kind of knit stitch detailing amongst the reverse stockinette. But yeah, the back is all reverse stockinette, which is super simple because I just really wanted the front to be where the cable really shines. I wouldn't say it's beginner friendly just because of the Celtic cable stitch isn't, I guess, the easiest thing to do, so I've classified it as intermediate. But if you're up for trying some fun cable stitches that create a really pretty pattern, then this guy is for you. Moving on and continuing with the vest theme. This one is already in testing, but this is my Zesty vest. I absolutely love the name. Someone suggested it and it was just absolutely perfect. Let's just admire this for a second. It kind of matches, I mean, it definitely does match my jumper. Got a little yellow moment going on. The Zesty vest. Firstly, this is made with Aran weight yarn. So like I said, the book varies a lot between yarn weights and project time, but yeah, this is actually the lightest weight yarn in the book. There are 3 patterns knit with Aran weight yarn, but the other 2 are both mohair, both of which you'll see in this video. But yeah, this one it's actually a mohair and wool blend. The yarn is from Cowgirl Blues, which is a indie dyer based in Cape Town, South Africa, which is very close to home because my family is from there. My mum actually picked this yarn up for me when she was over there early in the year, and she got to go to their store and pick the yarn up for me, which was really, really cool. And then when I had this idea, it was perfect. I knew this yarn was absolutely perfect for it, within this beautiful pink and yellow. So this one uses duplicate stitch for this little lemon. I used this little bit of scrap yarn that I had for the leaf. But yeah, pretty much all of the yarn except for that is from Cowgirl Blues. It's their Aran weight, Aran single yarn. So it's a single ply, which I just think leaves such a beautiful stitch definition. Like you can just see like how stunning. And I just love like it's a tonal, but there's like some slight variegation. And it's just so beautiful. And this yellow is just like heaven. It's so bright and so fun. So yeah, you use duplicate stitch, which makes knitting the actual vest really easy. And then it's just like, I guess, yeah, sewing the picture onto it. And I love the V-neck and also this kind of contrasting color, little, I don't even know what to call this, like stripe effect that I have throughout all of the ribbing. So that's the Zesty vest. It's got a nice kind of slightly oversized boxy fit. So normally for vests I'd have the shoulder straps sitting around here, but for this one I wanted to leave it a little bit more oversized and boxy. There is still shaping, but yeah, it just sits a little bit wider on the body, which I think is still really fun and also fun for layering. This yarn is actually like a mohair wool blend, but it doesn't really feel like mohair. Like I usually am a bit sensitive to mohair, but this one is not itchy at all. I can't remember the exact percentage, but it's very rare. I've actually only ever seen yarn like this in South Africa. I was there last year and I didn't actually go to Cowgirl Blues. I didn't really know it existed, but I went to another store and I bought some hand-dyed yarn from there that also had, it was also a mohair wool blend. So I guess it must just be like a South African thing because I really haven't ever come across yarn like this anywhere else, but it's lovely. It's super soft still, and it just gives it a little bit more of a wispy kind of, not texture, but like, yeah, it's just like a little bit more wispy than wool would be, and I guess that's from the mohair. But yeah, this one's super fun. My testers have been creating such beautiful versions in such cool color combinations. Most of them haven't even used yellow for the lemon. Like some of them have turned it into like a lime or like an orange, which is really cool. So you can get creative with it. I really wanted to include something with duplicate stitch in the book, so that is this one. Moving on to the next one. This is the latest addition to my Magnolia collection. I actually already have 2 patterns out that are both with this same stitch pattern. One is the Magnolia vest, or the chunky Magnolia vest, which you can find on my website, Ravelry and Etsy. And then the other one is the Magnolia top, which was actually the original design, and that is available exclusively through Hobby. The link will be in the description. This is the 3rd edition, and it is the Magnolia jumper. I can't even how do I get this in the frame? Let me just, okay. Yeah, there we go. That's the Magnolia jumper. Here she is. She's stunning. She's top down. She has nice they're bell sleeves, but there's no increases. So it's just kind of like wide flare sleeves, I guess. Bell sleeves. I don't know the right word, but yeah, big wide sleeves in stockinette, which really kind of allow for the beautiful cable stitch pattern in the body to shine and to really stand out and take all the attention. And also I think it would just makes the sleeves a bit comfier to wear. I think if there was intense cables along the sleeves, it might be a bit much. But yeah, I really love how this wears. I love how it sits. It's really, really beautiful in my opinion. And it's a really fun one. I love this stitch pattern, and I'm really excited to finally bring a jumper version to this collection. I don't know what else to say other than the yarn that I used, which is once again, the Cardigan Chunky Merino, and this was in the shade Mauve on Over. I also forgot to mention, I really should mention which yarns were gifted. So the Cardigan yarns were all kindly gifted as yarn support for the book. So yes, thought I'd mention that before I forget. And yeah, I really, really love this one, and I'm really excited for it to go into testing very, very soon. The next one is one that is already in testing as well, but I never showed it in the last video. So this is the Cassie cardigan. Let me just hold it up. There we go. So as you can see, this is a fisherman's rib cardigan made with Wool & Gang Take Care Mohair in the shade Lime Sherbet. And I absolutely love this shade so much. This cardigan is just so dainty and so pretty, and I love the color. It's a pretty basic cardigan, but I've added the double knitted button band to just give it a little bit of extra detailing and a nice kind of cleaner, more polished edge, and I am really happy that I did that because I think it really elevates the design. This is a cute little cropped lightweight piece that you can just kind of throw over a cute dress or with some jeans. I think it's a really great kind of summer cover up, especially for at nighttime when it gets a little bit cooler, or if you just live in a cooler climate during the day, during summer. I think this would be a great piece. I've labeled it as advanced beginner in the book because I think the double knitted button band makes it a little bit too complicated for a confident beginner pattern. But honestly, the fisherman's rib stitch is super easy. So if you're feeling open to trying double knitting, which isn't as hard as it sounds, once you get the hang of it, it's really quite easy and really kind of takes a while, but it's so worth it. This one is definitely for you. And you can always just leave the double knitted button band off if you really don't want to do it. So yeah, it's pretty adaptable. I also will mention that it's named after my dog Cassie because it's super cute, fluffy, and soft, just like her. This design is probably one of my favorites of the book. It's hard for me to pick a number one favorite, but I think this one is definitely in my top 3, top 5 maybe. I don't know. I need to maybe I'll do a book pattern ranking video at some point. Maybe a little bit close to its release, but that could be fun. Making a mental note for that. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites. It is the Sweet as Pie jumper. I'm going to try and hold it up properly so you can see her in all her glory. I will also show you the sides. It has a side slit, as you can see, and a lovely turtleneck, and this beautiful, beautiful basket cable stitch, which I love. And this is just the coziest piece. I can't even, I'm so excited to wear this. It's just a few more weeks until I can wear it, and the weather's not getting any warmer here, so I am very excited to finally be able to wear, I mean, a lot of these pieces will be great for the current weather that I'm experiencing, but this one particularly, I have just been so tempted to wear it, even just around the house, because it's just so cozy, and I love how the side slit gives it a relaxed fit, and the turtleneck just gives you some extra kind of like warmth, but it's a pretty wide turtleneck, so I've done it so that it's not kind of like choking you, but like it just sits nicely around the neckline, but definitely gives a little bit more warmth. And I will say this cable stitch it makes it quite thick because there's so many cables throughout, so it's definitely a super cozy warm piece for winter. I've called it the sweet as pie jumper because obviously this stitch kind of looks like a pie crust, and yeah, I really like the name. The yarn that I've used is from Woolenworks. It is her Chunky Merino in the shade Glacier, which is like a brighter version of her colorway Ice. I'm actually knitting something at the moment using the Ice colorway. So this is Ice on the sock yarn, and then this is Glacier. So they are pretty similar. I'm not sure if on camera it shows up as well, but yeah, it's just like a slightly more saturated version of Ice. We actually dyed this yarn together, and I basically said, hey, like, I want it to look like Ice, but a bit brighter. And so we did that and we created this colorway, and it's so pretty and it's just perfect. Of course, I should mention the yarn was kindly gifted as yarn support for the book, and it was super fun dyeing the yarn for this pattern, as well as another one that I'll show you in this video. And then also, of course, I showed in my previous video, I showed the colorway that we dyed for the Stairway to Heaven vest, which was on her Chunky single. So not to get confused, this is the Chunky Merino, which is a 3-ply bulky weight, and the other one is the Chunky single, which is just a single ply bulky weight. So slightly different, obviously, but this yarn is like pretty close to, I guess, like Al Pacino Merino is probably the closest. Al Pacino Merino does have alpaca in it. This is 100% merino, but the weight and yardage is the same. They're both 100 grams for 100 meters. So that's like a pretty good alternative for this one. I don't know, maybe I'll make one in Al Pacino Merino at some point. We'll see. I'm like already dreaming up seconds of like so many of these, but my closet literally cannot handle that. So I have to be quite picky about which ones I choose to knit seconds of, but I definitely will at some point throughout the rest of this year. I've actually never done a turtleneck before in any of my pieces and never done a rolled neck. So that was like a first for me. The side slits were also a first in any of my designs. I'm really happy I added both those elements because I think they add a lot to the design, and it's a little bit longer than my usual cropped style. It's definitely still more on the cropped side, but it is definitely longer than some of the other pieces. So once again, just kind of pushing myself a little bit out of my comfort zone with this one, but I'm really glad I did because it turned out to be one of my favorite pieces. So yeah, that's her. Next up, speaking of Al Pacino Merino, this is the Ivy jumper. Let me just do a little, okay. We've done the pan. This is the Ivy jumper, also genuinely one of my favorite patterns. This would also probably be my top 3 to 5 because just look at this stitch pattern. Like, I just can't, I'll never get over. Just look how pretty it is. Like, oh my God, it's stunning. This pattern is already in testing as well. I think that's all the patterns for this video that are still in testing. So all the other ones that I'll show you after are gonna be in the last testing batch. But yes, this is the Ivy jumper. It's, as I said, Al Pacino Merino in the shade Lime Sorbet. It has these beautiful, once again, like I can't call them like flare sleeves, but like bell sleeves, straight big sleeves. I don't know. Basically like no sleeve cuffs. You can tell. Yeah. And it's also a little bit on the longer side. And it's a gorgeous lace pattern with this beautiful stitch that I just am obsessed with. This is the traveling vine stitch, and it just looks so beautiful, especially after blocking. Like the before and after blocking transformation for this one is seriously insane. I posted a TikTok / reel about showing the before and after for this one, and I just think it's definitely worth a watch if you are wondering why blocking is important, especially for lace patterns. So yeah, I just love how Al Pacino Merino blocks in general. I think it's such a beautiful, squishy, soft yarn, but once it's blocked, it just lays so nicely. And that was super necessary for this pattern because it really just opens up the stitch and lets it like lay super flat and nice rather than kind of all textured and like kind of crumply. I don't know, that's the best word I can think of, crumply. That's what it looked like before, and now it looks like elegant and so smooth and so nice. This is definitely a more intermediate level pattern, but if you are in the mood for something that's going to keep your mind really engaged, I would definitely recommend this one. Okay, another lace pattern. This is the Lily cardigan. Let me just do the pan again. Pan. So pretty. Once again, yeah, this has a beautiful lace detailing just across the two front panels and also at the back and on the sleeves. Let me just like open up the sleeves. It's been like folded in my cupboard. But yeah, on the sleeves as well, as you can see. Just side note, how cute are these buttons that I picked? Like, I'm sorry. These little blue buttons, adorable. She is made with TK mohair from Wool and the Gang, as well as the Cassie cardigan, same yarn in the shade Lovely Lilac, I think it's called. Really pretty. Also cropped and worked from the bottom up. But I really love this lace detailing. It's only a 4-row stitch pattern repeat, so it's pretty easy to kind of memorize and it's pretty repetitive. So I love that about this one because it makes a lace knit a little bit more mindless. Especially since there is also so much stockinette stitch. But yeah, I just think it adds like a really pretty detailing to the front and the back and the sleeves. I love the neckline and I just love it. I don't know. I'm gonna say that for all of them. I love them all. We know that. Second last piece to show you. This is the Kaleidoscope cardigan. Let me just do a quick pan around. It's pretty basic, so you can probably get the gist. This is a nice, big, oversized, slouchy, cozy cardigan. It's super basic. It's all in stockinette stitch and a bit of ribbing, but yeah, like mainly stockinette stitch. And I have used 3 strands of Malabrigo Rios, which is a worsted weight yarn, but I've used 3 strands. I've used the shades Aquamarine, Water Green, and Almond Blossom. So that's like a green, blue, and a pink. And I've just held the 3 strands together so you can see how it creates this beautiful, mild, kaleidoscopic effect. This is knit up on 9mm needles, so yeah, you're using worsted weight yarn, but you're using 3 strands, so you can use nice, big, chunky needles, and it's just, this yarn is so soft. But yeah, you could really use any worsted weight yarn. I would say this is probably more on the light worsted side of things, but it's definitely thicker than a DK. So yeah, a worsted weight yarn would be a pretty safe bet. If you wanted, you could really just use worsted weight scraps and make this like a fun scrap project as well. I feel like it's really versatile. I really love it. I think it's super basic, but the colors kind of do the talking, you know? We don't need fancy stitch patterns when you have such incredible colors blending together. And this one, yeah, is pretty beginner friendly. It's confident beginner friendly in the book, which is the easiest level. So perfect for beginners. There aren't even any buttonholes. I actually just decided to use smaller buttons and not do any buttonholes because it's so thick. Obviously there is like you can pretty easily just like stick a button through without having a hole. So I didn't really feel it was necessary. So I've just like stuck the buttons through evenly spaced out and it's worked pretty well. So yeah, you don't even need to make buttonholes. It's that easy. I also never mentioned, but yes, the yarn for this one was also kindly gifted from Malabrigo. So thank you for the yarn support. It's just stunning and it came out exactly how I imagined it to. So that's always really fun. This one will also be in testing very soon. We have made it to the final piece, and this coincidentally happens to be the last piece that I actually knitted and the last pattern that I wrote. This is the Color Me striped jumper. I'm gonna do the pan. Hopefully you get the whole thing. Yeah, you get the whole thing. Slay. So this is a really fun color work pattern. It includes intarsia for the body, for the front and back panels, and then just regular horizontal stripes for the sleeves. The initial design, I had vertical stripes on the sleeves, but it was not a vibe. basically refused to knit sleeves flat, and I tried doing it and it didn't work out at all how I planned, and I just simply refused to redo them. And then I thought, you know what, I think this is a sign that we don't need to be knitting sleeves flat. It's not for me. I won't be doing it anymore. So the sleeves are knit in the round, but the front and back panels are knit flat. This is also using the Woolworks Chunky Merino. Once again, we dyed these colorways together and the yarn was kindly gifted. As you can see, I've got the Glacier colorway again, and then 3 other new colorways actually that we dyed especially for this piece, but hopefully Chloe will be stocking them soon, question mark. I don't really know exactly when, but anyway, this is a colorway that we've named Rose. This one is called Burst and this is Apricot. So once again, they're all tonals with a little bit of variation, and yeah, they're all super, super pretty. And they like all turned out exactly how I wanted them, like the exact colors that I envisioned. So that was really fun to kind of figure out and like get the recipe right. And then we were like, yes, this is right. Perfect. And then knitting with yarn you've dyed yourself is just, it's a treat. So yeah, I was really happy that I could do this with Chloe for 3 of the book designs. It was really, really cool. I just love how this came out. So you probably can't tell as much from just showing it, but this one is definitely more on the fitted side of things. There's only a small amount of positive ease for this piece, whereas all the other jumpers and cardigans that I have are, you know, oversized, lots of positive ease, as you can see, like even with this one. But this one I want it to be, yeah, more fitted and with like nice tight sleeves as well. So the sleeves actually have decreases that go down rather than just being straight and one width the whole way and then like coming in for the cuff. It actually just decreases throughout so that it kind of, yeah, fits tightly on around your arm. Not too tight, but it's definitely a tighter fit and really easy to kind of slip under a coat. Or I also feel like this piece would look really cute with like a cute pair of like overalls or something. I don't know. I think this is a really great layering piece. You could easily, yeah, put a cute jacket over it, maybe some overalls. The possibilities are endless, but yeah, in terms of layering, I think this is like a good piece that could go under things. I have included the sewn on ribbing, which is kind of like a little nod to the Patch Me If You Can vest designs that I released 2 years ago, probably close to 2 years ago, which is crazy. But that was like the first pattern that I had that like really like did well and so it's still one of my best selling patterns. And on the Patch Me If You Can vest, it has like this really cool sewn on ribbing. I feel like I kind of made this up, like I feel like I knew it. I don't know exactly, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I just made this up on like how to do this so that you get the cool, like, I'm just looking in the thing so that I can make sure I'm showing you that thing. But yeah, you can get like the cool kind of edge, bind off edge, like still showing. And I just think it has like a really nice, like, I don't know, I just really like how it looks. I think it looks a lot cleaner than using a horizontal mattress stitch, because sometimes I think that can like look a little bit messy when you're like sewing a ribbing on. So I really like this technique and I think it looks really cool with this pattern. I'm trying to think if that's like all I need to like say about this design. Yeah, it's just like super cute and it's cropped and I love it. And it's a great introduction to intarsia. With it just being vertical stripes, there's no like charts or anything that you need to follow. It's pretty straightforward because you're just changing colors like at the same point for every row. So it's super easy if you're like, I've never done intarsia before, like this is a good project to start with to get used to the technique so that then you can try some more difficult intarsia projects in the future. But this one is really great. I'm not the biggest intarsia fan, but I gotta say this one made it quite manageable. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this one. And with that concludes all of the pieces for the book. I've shown them all now. That's crazy. Sorry if I'm like a little random and rusty. It has been so long since I filmed. I feel like I need to get my filming mojo back and like become a bit more comfortable in front of the camera, but we'll get there. Hopefully I made sense. I didn't really plan anything I was gonna say in this video. I just kind of said whatever came to my mind. Yeah, I hope you are excited about the book. It's obviously not coming out for a while. Like I said, it's coming out next year. I will obviously tell you when it's coming out as soon as it's available for pre-order, which I don't know when that will be, but when that does happen, you'll know about it. So just like keep an eye on all my social medias so that you can know when it's available for pre-order, because if you pre-ordered it, it would make me very happy. Comment below which one is your favorite. Also comment if you want me to do a ranking video, because I kind of want to do it, but at the same time, like the thought of having to put something at the bottom of the ranking does make me a bit sad. But at the same time, I kind of feel like I know which one I would put there. So maybe it won't be the worst thing in the world. Obviously, I love all the designs, but yeah, of course, you know, you're going to have favorites. There's 18 pieces. Like, of course, I'm going to like some more than the others, but I think it could be a fun thing to do. And just in general, if you have anything you want me to do videos on, any video ideas, please, please, please comment below. I have not taken any time to think about video ideas. I've been preoccupied. Obviously, I will be thinking about ideas going forward, but if you have anything that you think that would make a great video, please, yeah, comment below. I honestly am open to pretty much anything, so yeah, we'll see what ends up happening and when my next video is. Hopefully it's like next week or the week after. Yeah, I'm really hoping to have a more consistent uploading schedule, so we'll see how that goes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was fun and enjoyable for you. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the pieces, and I look forward to sharing more with you about my book journey when I'm allowed to, when I'm able to, when I want to. Once again, check me out on Instagram, check me out on TikTok, check me out on Threads, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed on YouTube. Thanks for sticking around and being patient with me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!